everybody, welcome back to Down the Creek podcast. This is episode 2 and I'm your host, Alisa. You can find me on Ravelry at kalysia, and I will put everything where you can find me down in the description. I'm also on Instagram as Down the Creek, where it is under my Etsy shop, and then I'm also on Instagram under my main account, which I cannot remember at the moment, but I will also put that to where you can find me. I hope everybody has been good since we last talked. I have been pretty good. I have one half finished object, and I am currently working on the other part of that object. Let's get into works in progresses. My first work in progress is the second sock that matches my Bliss sock by the Cozy Knitter. Just on the cuff, it's a 2x2 rib, and it doesn't match, but I am completely okay with my socks not matching. And again, here is the yarn. Right there, the Cozy Knitter. And there's Bliss, all the details, and everything that you can find her at. Let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. And it is a 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon yarn. Things will not all incorporate today. And then we have my Cancun Boxy Lace Top by Erin Kate Archer. Here is how much I have gotten done on that. When we last talked, I barely had any of the ribbing done right down here, and got that far to go. So I've done that far, and I'm loving how it is working out so far. I am knitting it on a size smaller than what she says in her pattern. Good gracious. And then my final knitting work in progress is my skimmer sock. I have finished the heel, so I have the entire bottom portion of the sock finished. And what I have to do now is pick up all the stitches around the top and knit up the part of the heel, then do the ribbing, and that should not take that much longer, so I can hopefully wear them with my toms pretty soon. Here's what that looks like. And there's my 3 needle bind off on the heel. I did mess up a little bit, but knitting's not perfect. It's handmade, and I'm completely good with something I make not being perfect. And then one object that I did forget to show in the last podcast was my Cozy Memories blanket. How big it is now. I am going to walk and go in a square around like this, and this one was from my first test knit pattern by Maria of Stitched and Shredding. Those are that's the yarn from the skimmer socks, and then that one was from a pair of socks that I made a friend of mine for Christmas. And there's the yarn from my heel of my cozy knitter socks. Most of these, this one, this one, this one, this yarn, this yarn, and this yarn was given to me in a swap that I participated in. I'll have to look on my Ravelry page to remember who those are from, but I will be sure to mention that. That's from a pair of hat I made. It's Love Knots Unicorn Poop. It's also from the pair of Rose City Rollers. I have that one in their choice. One for each project. This one is Love Knots Again. And I can show y'all what I actually was able to finish from those. And then this one's from my Harry Potter sorcery hat. I have to put the other color in there. And this is Volenvine's Black Light Wave that my best friend's shawl was in. This is the Love Knots yarn from my shawl that I am currently working on. And one thing that I do, so I do not have to weave in the ends, is I often knit, as you can see here where it's most visible, I knit with the previous color of the square that is attached on the second row. So that's why we see that purple going up and down right there. And that's what it looks like on the back. They are both right here. And to me, that creates a more secure bond, and it makes it easier than weaving in ends. And I think it adds a little bit of fun touch to it to have that little bit of color intermingling with the next one. And then this is some Olaf yarn that I got with a bag that I purchased from Cupcake Yarns, I believe. I'll have to double check. And I have a few more to put in, but that's all I have so far. My crochet work in progress is actually that rug that I was working on. As you may be, I ended up ripping it out because I was not happy with how it was turning out. So instead of doing a rectangular one, I am going to be doing a circle one. And here is what I have so far. I decided to do the teal color that was on the end as the center. And here's the wonderful huge needle that I am working on it with. I believe it is a size P needle. I'm not exactly sure what size millimeter that is, but hopefully that should go along more quicker than the rectangular one. And now I'm going to move into my finished objects. My first finished object is the sock that I was able to finish. Here we go. I do like the cuffs on my socks to be very long. I find them that they wear better. Here's the heel flap in turn and the different colored yarn with the, I really want to say it's Patterns Croy, but I'm not positive. It's just a plain black. It's a thicker material than the Cozy Knitters. And I did a rounded toe that Maria shows in her pattern. It's one of her free sock patterns. I believe it's something like the arrowhead, but it's the rounded pattern, and the decreases go very much like they do in a hat. But like I said, as you can see, they do not match. And I think I even made the cuff a little bit longer than I was supposed to. Let's see. It looks like I am going to have to rip back a little bit. Thankfully, I discovered it earlier on. As you can tell, it's almost the exact opposite, but I knitted a few rows too many on the ribbing. Thankfully, it will be an easy and quick fix. And then my next finished object are my fingerless mitts by Alicia Plummer. I finished them up not too long ago, and I was very excited to I was thinking on projects to do, projects to get started, and I just want to finish up the few projects that I do have. My cat just walked in the room and I'm not quite sure what he's doing. These have not been blocked yet, and I did make a hilarious error when I was finishing these up. All that I had left to do was knit up right there, and if you can tell, which you probably can, there's where I changed it. I had just cast on my other sock, and I was in the knit 2, pull 2 mood apparently, so those are different, and I used a different bind off one that's a little bit more stretchier. And there's the thumb. I'm not quite sure what I did different there, but here is what they look like on. It might be a little bit different height too. And I'm just very excited to have these finished off. There's the yarn and the pattern. And I have not blocked these yet, so they will fit a little bit differently after that. But I cannot wait for it to get colder for me to wear them. I do believe that is it. I had taken my blanket on the go. Now I can't find my... Here we go. Here is the next color I plan on putting in my cozy memory blanket. It is the yarn by Vine, the fairy hair, and you can see better in this little sample where the mistakes were made when she was dyeing this yarn. It has these blue stripes in it, right? Those blue spots, and I absolutely love that color blue. But I plan on that being my next square right here on my cozy memory blanket. I also use a 3 US size 3 needle. I changed it from what I was using in the center. I was not happy with how tight that was. Let's see. I do not believe there is any more. I have made a little progress on my campsite, but I'm not quite ready to show that off yet. And I have not made any progress on my other shawl. As far as I know, that's anything else. I hope to create a Ravelry group soon, so that will be up. and people can go there. Excuse me. And I hope everyone has a wonderful week and that they have had a wonderful week. If anyone wants to give me ideas on what to put in the next podcast, I am completely free and open to those ideas. And I hope everyone has a great time knitting or crocheting and crafting in general. Y'all have a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend. Bye. I almost forgot that there are 4 finished objects that I did not get the chance to record. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'll be right there. There are 4 objects that I did not get the chance to record what they look like. A customer had purchased them from my Etsy shop. But I actually knit and crochet little koozies among other objects, but this customer had bought 4 koozies, and I will insert a picture of them there. As far as I know, I am the only one who makes them the way I do. And if anyone is interested in how I created them, I may put up the pattern on Ravelry, but I am not positive about that yet. Anyway, y'all have a great time, and I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. Bye!